Today on Cooking Easy with Keitha, we're going to start a series on grilled sandwiches. Okay, this is our rendition of a grown-up grilled cheese. With your sourdough bread, you take a piece of cheese, whatever you want, mozzarella, cheddar, or Monterey Jack. So today I'm going to use cheddar and a slice of Monterey Jack, and I'm going to pop them in the microwave for 30 seconds just to get that hard cheese to soften up so that I don't burn my sandwich trying to get the cheese warm. Okay, so my griddle is set at 300 to 350, somewhere in the middle of that. Put some butter on the griddle. My nephew Chase asked for this. This was his favorite thing when he'd come home from school and he'd come here to my house. We would have grilled cheese and tomato soup. I will also show you how to make a tomato basil soup to go along with your grilled sandwiches. Here's your warmed sourdough bread, your warmed cheese. Put those out on your griddle. And let's just give them a few seconds to start to fry that bread. When I was young, every day at 3 o'clock my grandma would make us a grilled cheese to sit down and watch our cartoons. But it wasn't this kind. It was, you put a piece of bread and a piece of American cheese with the cellophane on it in a pan, and you stuck it in your broiler, and she called it a toasted cheese. That's what we had. So as you get older, you still like that kind of comfort food, but maybe just a little bit better. And the sourdough is so crunchy and satisfying that it goes really well with soup. You can use this with tomato basil soup, or you can make a French onion soup and then have a side of cheese bread like this, and then that's your whole meal because it's so filling. We do that a lot around here, have soup and sandwiches at night when I don't feel like cooking, which is a lot, especially when we're busy during the summertime. And then when we get to the winter, I make a lot of soups just because it's cold, and we end up having sandwiches again. So it's a big staple around here. We go through a lot of sourdough bread. Okay, so we have a little bit of a light orange crust on top of our sandwich like that on both sides. And what I do with my grilled cheese is use a little bit of hamburger pickle juice, and I just pour that on top of the bread, and it soaks in really fast. Flip it over, and I do the same thing on the other side. You don't have to, but I like the flavor of the pickle slices with it. I mean, it's hard to keep pickle slices on top of grilled cheese, but the juice does the job for you, and it incorporates it into your sandwich to give it that vinegary taste. I've always enjoyed it that way, and when I make it for the kids, they seem to enjoy it. And if your sandwich isn't cooking fast enough, now that you've got the cheese melted, just kick up your thermostat a little bit and get that nice golden brown color on both sides of your bread, and then you're ready to go. You can move it around a little bit, and if you'd like to add a little bit more butter, just add a little bit more to your griddle and move your sandwich into it. Right now it's melting, so the cheese is so melted it's coming through the top of the bread. Let me get a plate, put that out. And if you want it darker, just continue to cook it longer. Okay, so we're going to make a tomato basil soup out of a 50-cent can of tomato soup that you have in your cabinet. Add that to a stock pot. And you know how they're always a little bit thick? Might add just a little bit of water to reconstitute that tomato sauce look, right? Tomato soup out of a can is just like tomato, right? So when you make it to be tomato basil soup, what you want to do is I have preheated some butter, and you add that to the pot. Stir that around. That was about 2 tablespoons. You don't have to heat it ahead of time. I just did it for the camera. But you can throw just 2 tablespoons of butter into your pan and let it melt as it cooks. I'm going to add a little bit of milk. That's probably about maybe 3 tablespoons. And that's going to bring the color down from being bright red to a little bit more orange. And that's what you want. I wish you could see inside the pot a little bit better, but the color changed quite a bit. And for me, I'm going to just put a little tiny bit more milk. Okay, now I'm going to add our spices. You want to give it a good couple of shakes of garlic. That smells really good. You're going to shake out some dried basil leaves. Keep in your cabinet. These will last you forever too, probably. Yeah. Here's some black pepper. And that's about 3 pinches full. And salt. Now I'm going to put a pinch of salt, but no more than that. After I get it complete and it's warm and I taste it, if it needs more salt, I'll add it in. But tomato is kind of salty on its own when it comes from a can, especially. So you don't want to over salt it. So now you're going to move that over to your burner. Set it about medium high and just let that warm up.